What's up, everybody? How are you? I am. What was that? I don't know. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope this video is finding you feeling wonderful. Happy Friday. I am coming to you with another word, hopefully, something that will give you some good insight, something that you can use immediately, and that will be thought provoking. So, one of the things that we have learned over the years is that everything is energy, or most of us have been exposed to that thought that everything is energy. Even the chair that I'm sitting on right now, although it appears solid, it is supposed to have lots of little particles moving about each other, but just very slowly. The things that aren't as static or solid, those are the things that have particles moving very fast. But if it appears solid, the stuff is going slow. Still energy, right? So if everything is energy, we can apply this same thought to emotion. And I mean, most of us can relate to the saying, hey, I just vibe them, or I feel you, I say that a lot, you feel me? So with that said, one of the things that I wanted to tackle today is talking about desperation, the energy of desperation, and how some of us can be wearing it like it's a fragrance. We'll spray a few shots on before we leave the house, or before we go to a job interview, or maybe before we go on a date, or maybe before we even have a date. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many of us haven't dealt with the energy of desperation? I have, for sure. And for me personally, it's not a very powerful place to be. You're looking for someone or something outside of yourself to validate you. That's where the energy of the desperation can come from. At least that's one aspect of desperation. Of course, you can have desperation about a lot of things, but just energetically speaking about wanting approval, or wanting something so much, but it's not in your grasp. And instead of embracing what is, you have this sense of urgency, this sense of anxiousness, a lot of fear, doubt, and worry is in desperation. Would you agree? So with that said, I wanted to give you 3 things today that you can consider so that you can stay in your power and not be walking around with the energy of desperation possibly radiating off of you like a satellite signal. I mean, sometimes we walk into a room, we don't even know we're wearing it like that. We don't know that the energy is on us so strong, and people are responding or reacting to that energy instead of quite possibly who you really are and what you really have to offer the situation. Maybe they're looking at our desperation and missing that we really could be something that works in this moment for them, if that makes any sense. So 3 things that can keep you in your power. First thing, trust where you are. Trust that you are right where you are. You're right where you're supposed to be. If we can embrace that what's happening right now is for our good, meaning there's something in this situation that you can either learn or that is preparing you for what it is you're so desperate about, right? If you can trust that and embrace that thought as a truth, then that can keep your power with you. And remember, we are programming ourselves for success. If you're not programming yourself for success, something else is, or it's programming you out of position for success. So you can control how you respond to your environment by choosing what you're going to think about it, by choosing how you're going to react to it, by choosing what the foundation of your thinking will be so that you can stay in your power. So one of the things you can do is trust that you are right where you are for a reason. And if you don't have what it is you're desperate about, what is it that you can learn from the situation you're in, the moment you're in? Or what do you think could be in that moment that's preparing you for that thing? That thought can keep you in your power. Another thing that you can consider is that no one is superior or inferior to you. If we take that notion out of the picture and just neutralize everybody, because at the end of the day, if you notice over time, if you live long enough, some of us are going to be here at one point, and other, going to be here, and we'll be vacillating between what's ahead and what's backward, and then depending on what the situation is, I may know more than you in this area, but you may know more than me in this area. The more that we can get out of the space of superior and inferior, the more we leave room for people to show up in their power And then they can leave room for us to show up in ours. And then just overall, we can leave room for ourselves to show up because we're not intimidated by the moment, or we don't feel like, hey, I'm above them. They don't really have much to offer me in this moment. That could be the complete opposite of why that person or why that situation is in your life. It could be there to teach you something, but because you have this notion that you're above it, you miss it. So just getting away from the idea that someone is inferior or superior, just neutralizing the playing field, can leave room for you to stay in your power, stay present to what's in the moment that may be trying to get your attention, that's there to bless you. The last thing I wanted to share with you that you can consider to stay in your power and not wear the cologne or the perfume of desperation is keep working on you. If you're desperate about something, if we're desperate about something, and it's not in our grasp, who do we need to become in order to attract that thing? This is a wonderful thought that I've gotten from one of the great motivational gurus over time, Jim Rohn. Who do you need to become to attract that thing? If you can remember that, if we can remember that in that moment, that keeps your power with you, because it's like it's not on that person anymore to give you what it is you think you want. It's not on that situation to give you what you think it is you want or what you feel you need in that moment. It takes it back to you saying, well, what do I need to do? What skills, what traits, what tools do I need to pick up in life that will help me to be in better position to receive the thing that I want? Brings the power back to you. Isn't that awesome? I love that. So hopefully these thoughts have given you something to work with and that you feel is valuable. And I'll be back saying something else. But until then, all the best to you. Like I said in the previous videos, I've got something really cool coming up. I'll be sharing what that is very soon. But until next time, have a great one.